Welcome to the Conductor's Awakening Method. Thank you for joining us. Well, now I will teach you how to conduct the overture of Mozart, Die Zauberflöte, the Magic Flute. And this piece is regarded as the, how can I say, not only the Mozart masterpiece, and this is a solemn music. So I would like to show you how to conduct the solemn atmosphere of the beginning of the overture of the Magic Flute of Mozart. So, introduction adagio is written alla breve. You know alla breve, what is it? Alla breve, actually, you should feel it inside of you in two. The rhythm is in two. So, if you do it in two, one, 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 then this is alla breve. But also it is indicated as adagio. On the contrary, this is a point. You should think about it. Even if it's adagio, it is alla breve. If you see the texture of this overture in introduction, there is 1, 2, 3 fermatas. And these fermatas is probably, because I don't know, but I presume that this is, so to speak, not a long fermata, because it's written adagio, but on the contrary, it is written alla breve. So, then, how could you decide the tempo? Then you should see the fourth bar with auftakt. Then there's a terzina, the triolen, before the fourth bar. But after that, it's written like that in the first violins. If you sing it, then is it the correct tempo, or it's too slow, or it's too fast? You should think about it. Da-da-da-dang, dang, ba-bang, da-da, da-da-da-dang, or da-da-da-dang, dang, da-dang, dang, da-da, da-da-da-dang. Which one do you prefer? Then the rhythm is fixed in 4. Even if you conduct slowly, it should be in 4. But old times, old conductors conducted everything in 8. In ta 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 tang tang ba ba, everything divided. Ta 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 ta. You must think it. How you will conduct this piece from here. I have said to you that Feierlichkeit, as the Richard Wagner had taken from the Zauberflöte, from the Magic Flute, this kind of solemn atmosphere is inputted in the piece of Wagner, especially in the Parsifal. But Parsifal is not so slow, but this overture in the beginning could be, in the introduction especially, very slow. Otherwise you cannot let emerge this kind of Feierlichkeit, the solemn atmosphere, you know. So, which do you prefer? You conduct it in 8, then the first 3 bars, you should do it like from the 4th bars. So, if you do it in 8, then Auftakt for the beginning accord sforzato must be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Then there is written fermata. Then 4, pam pam, 2, 3. Fermata. Pam pam, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ta da tan tan ta tan. Then you go into in 4. Ti ta 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 ta. You understand it? Or if you want to do everything in 4, it is also possible, but not in alla breve in 2, because there is written adagio on the contrary. Okay? If you want to do it in alla breve, then bam, ba bam, ba bam, da-da-dum, 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 da-da-da-dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, da-da-da-dum, dee-dum, bum, da-dum, dum, da-dum. It's like that. It's too fast. But it is also possible because it's written in alla breve. But on the contrary, it's written adagio. Adagio means slow or bright. I mean, very slow. Which do you prefer? In 8, in 4, or in 2? From my opinion, from my point of view, it's better to do it in 8 mixture with in 4. So, I suggest to do it now as I conduct. Bam, back, ten, ten, pam, pam, back, ta, tan, ta, be, ta, da, da, dan, tan, ta, tan, tan, ta, ta. Da 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 ding dong da dong dong. You see the violoncelli and bassi. Then this is the 2 points. So it means la ta tan 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 ta ta ta. 4 ta da da dan tan ta tan tan ta ta da 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 da. Then you must take care of the Sechzehntel, because it is like a singing voice. Then you need time to sing it out. So once more from the 4th bar, 4, da-da-da-dang, then I conduct in 4. Da-dang, dang, da-dee, dee-dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee-dee, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Then it is written on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th bar. This is written sforzato. And also in the first bar, it's written sforzato. The dynamics, how do you know it? Well, normally, if you see the adagio and this kind of context, then it must be in forte, the first 3 bars. But also you could understand it in piano, because on the 3rd bar it's written piano. But logically, if Mozart had written in the terzina, in the first violin piano, it means that the first 3 bars are forte. At that time, this is habit to write like that, even if you don't know how the dynamic is, but it's written sforzati. Then sforzati means forte. So these 3 accords must be in forte, but not striking forte, but it's like a solemn atmosphere. So once more from the beginning. No. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th bar, sforzati comes once more. Then you should take care of the fiati, the winds, and the blechbläsers, the trombone and horns and so on. Then sforzati, but it's written in piano afterwards. Sforzato piano. But in the texture of strings, there's not written piano, but the 1, 2, 3, 4th, 4/4, it's written in piano, divided. So you should understand it like a sforzato piano, but in diminuendo. It means sforzati goes to piano. You understand it? In the Holzbläser, in the winds, and also in the horns and trombones, sforzato not subito piano, but sforzato diminuendo piano. Because in the strings, it's written like that. Sforzato and piano is written apart. But if you have few string players, then the winds and horn and trombones are too loud. So if it's so, and it covers the sound of strings, then you should say that this is a sforzato piano, subito piano. But if you could do it, then sforzato piano but in diminuendo, then you will have the effect on the orchestra. So my suggestion is to do the sforzato piano in diminuendo. And this is also Bruno Walter had written in his score. So not only me, but Bruno Walter had said that. So 4th bar without tact. 4 on tarararan tan ta tan 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 tan, sforzato diminuendo, piano diminuendo, di ti di di da di da 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 ti din da da din da da dum 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 dum, crescendo piano, din din da dum dum da dum da, second violin crescendo ti piano, ding da dang ding da dang, mezzo forte piano, not too much T, and then sforzato is quite vivid sforzati in the strings. So introduction is like that, and sometimes I do it in 8, sometimes I do it in 4, because I want to go forward then in 4, ti ya da 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 da. But hearing the first violins, da 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 da, no, da 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 da, with tenuto, ti da da di da 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 da, ti da di di crescendo in the second violin down, ti da da dam dim tan ta dom dom da dam da da dam ti ti dam dam oboe ta di yang dang ding. 1 2 yam pam 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 ram tan 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 ram tan 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 ram pam 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 ram tan tan. You know, many teachers in music schools teach this kind of introduction and allegro stories as if there would be tempo relations. Why? Because it's easier to conduct. But please think about how the music emerge in the scene. You think that it's necessary to emerge everything automatically, or you want to put your pepper, spirit of pepper, on the music? Which do you prefer? I prefer not automatically goes to allegro. Yes, it must be, how can I say, fluid, not stopped introduction to the allegro. Yes, I understand it. But I said to you that Feierlichkeit and Jokoso character, then it must be two completely different characters. And many people cannot express it properly. So if you want to do it properly, there would be almost no relationships of the tempo between the introduction and allegro, I think. Or, but you need here the context, the story, how you want to tell the story. You must have it in your mind, and you must construct it. So, I would say if you do it, the last 3 bars where the mezzo forte piano are written on the trombone and horns, you must prepare to the allegro. In this way, you could also go to the allegro smoothly, not automatically. You understand? Then I would say that this is a correct answer for the introduction to do it in 8, because in 8 you could you divide it 4 in 8. 1 2 3 4 yam pam 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 param, tan, 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 tan. But you don't conduct it automatically, because this is a second violins, and second violins must have their tempo, and you read or you let them play. This is a completely different questions. And if you go to the opera houses, the second violins are accustomed to do it not as a conductor conduct, but accustomed to play it on their tempo. You understand? This is very important to hear how they do it. then you should let them pray, but you should not conduct it. If they want, you could conduct it. But normally, you need the help from the second violins. If they understand this tempo, then do it in this tempo. And if you are not satisfied with this tempo, then you could say afterwards, it was too slow. Could you do it a little bit faster? Then do it. They will do it. But at first, it's, how can I say, clever. It's more cleverer to hear them how to play it in which tempo they prefer, because you are not playing. So once more from the beginning of the introduction, I would say I'll do it like that. Bang, back, fermata, tin, tem, pam, pam, back, tan, tan, pam, pam, back. Weg is auf Deutsch. It's in German. Weg is get rid of it. You understand it? So, da, 2, 3, 4, pam, pam, 2, 3. This is also the conducting, but it's not effective because you must let them know that you get rid of the sound from the whole. Stop. Ti ba. 4 tan tan 4. Ding. Tan tan 4. Boom, dum, da 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 dum, dum, da dum. You could conduct here the fourth movement either in 4 or in 8, as you prefer. But I would do it because I need to go a little bit forward. And then 4, da 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 da. Here you must conduct very big, otherwise they cannot understand how you mind this context in 4 or in 8. Dum dum da dum dum da 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 di di da 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 ti do. The second violin ti do do ti do do. Mokkane ti wins. Ti ti di do 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 do. で、第2バイオリン、セカンドバイオリン、クレッシェンド、ピアノ、リ、ティ、ティ、ティ、ティ、ティ、ティ、ティ、ティ、リ、ダ、オエ、ティ、ヤン、ティン、in 8、ティン、ding on yam pam 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 yan tan 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 tan. Okay, this is the end of the introduction of the Magic Fruit Overture. I have shown you how I conduct this overture, but in the Allegro, I have done it as if I don't lead them, but I have conducted it as if I had accompanied the second violins. Because they cannot understand your tempo from this kind of introduction. But the second violins must have the initiatives of the Allegro tempo, as if they don't see you, but you should accompany them. This is my opinion. But if they say to you that, Maestro, I cannot understand your tempo, then you must conduct it. No? And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the tempo. Then yang dang 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 on yang pa 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 yan ta 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 yan ta 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 ta. Okay. So the next time I will teach you how to conduct from the Allegro. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.